Welcome back to another episode with Groovy Education. Today, we're going to be deep diving into an interesting topic, superintelligence. Now, when it comes to superintelligence, there's all kinds of hypotheses about what we can expect right around the corner. Some people think that superintelligence will never be a thing. Other people think that AI is soon going to be able to do every single human task better than humans. Now, before we get into the topic itself, I want to see what you have to say about it. So, teacher, go ahead. When I say go, hit the pause button, and then I want all of the students to stand up, pair up with someone nearby, and share your answer to the following question. What should we do to prepare for superintelligence? Teacher, go ahead and hit pause and stand up and talk. Go. The answer to the question for today, what should we do to prepare for superintelligence? My answer? Keep working hard on self-improvement. Let's get into it. Let's start out by evaluating why we're even talking about this topic in the first place. A lot of people out there believe that once superintelligence makes its way into society, that we can just take it easy and just enjoy life. No longer have to do the things we don't enjoy, just get to enjoy utopia. Unfortunately, I don't think that this is the case. And even if it was the case, I don't think that it should be the case. And for me, there's 3 reasons as to why. Reason number 1, it turns you into a spectator on your own life. When you think that AI is going to be capable of all of the things, you think to yourself, I don't have to write anymore, AI will write for me. I don't have to draw anymore, AI will draw for me. I don't have to make friends anymore because AI will be my friend. Now, there are a number of philosophers out there who argue about this, but many of them agree. If you give an individual everything that they want, they don't find happiness. Oftentimes, they find emptiness and sadness because it's only in the pursuit of perfection that we gain satisfaction. But if we already have everything we want and need, then there's nothing else for us to go and get. And if there's nothing else for us to go and get, what are we doing with our lives day in and day out? That brings us to reason number 2. It makes you dependent. If you find superintelligence is awesome and it can do everything for you, then that might be great for a while, but what happens if you lose access to that tool? Keep in mind, these multi-billion-dollar AI corporations can increase the price to a level you can't afford. Or they could just turn it off someday. Or maybe the rules can change, or maybe your expectations will change. Either way, there may be a day in your life where what you used to have disappears. And you should be ready for that moment. Or to be brutally honest about it, if you can't function without AI, you don't have freedom. You don't have skills. All you have is a fancy leash. And finally, that brings us to reason number 3. It ruins success. Let's just do a quick story. Imagine the original marathon runner. He had to warn his entire village about impending doom, so he had to sprint 26.2 miles as fast as he could in order to warn his village. Now imagine a different story. A story where someone had to drive 26.2 miles, and then finally, about a half an hour later, they get there. How do you think they felt? Successful? Did they overcome? Was it an accomplishment? Of course it wasn't, because driving 26.2 miles and sprinting 26.2 miles are 2 completely different exercises. If we get into a situation where AI can do all of the things for us, not just drive, but also think and create, then it could result in a situation where we're having ourselves driven everywhere and we're left without that great feeling of overcoming and, most importantly, success. And while we're on it, Confidence does not come from success. Confidence comes from encountering struggle and figuring out that you can still make it through, that you can still figure it out. Or as my friend once put it, success without struggle is like cake without frosting. It just doesn't taste as sweet. So that brings us to the last part of this video. What should we do instead? And the solution is quite straightforward. You should continue to struggle, at least selectively. I'm not saying you have to go and do everything like we used to do back in the old days, but it's important that when we are trying to develop our own skill set, that we don't just hand it off to someone else or something else. So it's fine if you're gonna have AI do some things in your life, like for example, I would be thrilled if I never had to clean my house again, but it's still important that I know how to clean my own house, and it's important that I still find purpose in something that I enjoy doing and continue to struggle in those areas. And the nice thing about this one is it's completely future-proof. If, for example, we never get to the point of superintelligence, which, by the way, is a definite possibility, then you're still fine. You have all the skills because you developed the skills. Or if down the road we sometime lose access to artificial intelligence, then no problem at all. You know how to learn skills, not to mention you've already developed many of the ones that you're going to need. And to leave you with one last thought, we are never going to want to watch AI do certain tasks. Like, for example, if AI becomes better at us than football, we don't want to watch AIs compete against each other in football. We want to watch humans play football. If AI can create the best music on the planet, I don't care. I still want to watch my friends make music and my favorite artists make music. So when it comes to this AI revolution, there's going to be a number of things that change, but it's important that some of the things don't. I'm Luke with Groovy Education, where we have trained over 250 schools on responsible AI integration. And if you're interested in bringing us to your school, links can be found below in the description. You can also find links to our school community, where I have built all kinds of different resources for teachers, and you can collaborate with like-minded teachers right there on the platform. But before you leave, I would really appreciate it if you helped us out with the algorithm by hitting that like button below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see our future videos. But until next time, see ya!